Hi, welcome to the White Walker. My name is Richard, and joining me today is my co-commentator, Rebecca Gillard. And today we have Dan Mulcorn on the left, playing Targ Fealty, and Joel Pearson on the right, playing Tyrell, House with the Red Door, Banterbridge.
What the fuck was that?
I thought I'd go all American.
What? That is American.
I haven't seen the American football commentators. They're all really excitable.
Are they?
I thought I'd fake it.
Oh, right, you're faking being excited for a change.
Yeah.
Okay. That was certainly a different intro than what I'm used to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, after that wonderful introduction, dearest, darling.
Yeah. Get on with it.
Let's talk about the players,
okay.
Shall we? So, Dan on the left is part of the Northampton meta. And you can see he's using that gorgeous mat that he got made for the Northampton Grand Championship.
He did, yeah.
Which
this wasn't the winning prize, was it?
No, no.
The second, third, and fourth, which is a tournament every 2 months, and then all the scores are cumulative. And yeah, wherever you finish, you get prizes
At the end of the year,
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you did really well with that. Well done, Humban. You got into the top 4 as well.
I prefer the other mat, to be honest, the winning mat, but I didn't win.
Genuinely prefer this mat. Also, we've got some setups then.
You said let's talk about the players. You haven't even mentioned Joel.
Well, I mean, like, Joel's a bit of a legend, isn't he?
He's become something of a monster.
He basically just turns up at tournaments and wins them, right?
Yeah. Otherwise known as Joe Person on Throne DB.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, he did really well at Warbore. Did he win Warbore? I think he finished second at Brighton, lost in the final.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, got reasonably far in this tournament.
Yeah, you'll have to tune in and keep watching to find out how well he does do.
Yeah.
But
okay, I'll now allow you to talk about setups.
Oh, thanks, hun.
You're welcome.
So on the left, Dan has set up with the Unsullied, Rhaegal and the Rose Road, whilst Joel on the right has set up with I hate the bloody Tyrell cards. Red one straight? No.
No.
Oh, which one is it?
Which one is which?
The economy one.
It's the Arbor Vineyard.
Oh, something like that. Arbor Vineyard, which... What do you do, kneel it and
You
get
have
one?
no idea what any of these cards do.
I hate Tyrell cards.
Okay, so we have the Informant there, which you will not be triggering the reaction because she is not bestowed. You have the Arbor Vineyard, which you kneel if there are more summer plots than winter plots to gain 2 gold, 1 gold if there is not. And of course, Bitterbridge Encampment.
So I know this one. So after the... Oh, fuck, when is it? Plot phase?
Yes.
Plot phase. You reveal a card in your hand and put them into play. Basically, right?
After you reveal a summer plot, it's a reaction to revealing a summer plot. So
Oh,
only
okay,
if there is a
that's
summer
quite
plot
bad.
in play. Then yeah, both players react and throw a dude in.
So Joel there is using the Bitterbridge Encampment as his House of the Red Door card. So this deck, we can expect to basically see one hell of a lot of bigs. He's just going to be chucking out big people with Bitterbridge, I'd imagine. So Dan there just doing building orders for Plaza of Punishment. And Joel has played out Late Summer Feast. So looks like he's going to try and put out a few more cards on board and get some presents there. But it does mean that he's going to have to be careful with his hand size early on in the game. It does mean that there's a...
Well, he's going to put out somebody from Bitterbridge, and then he can have 9 gold plus another 2 gold from the Vineyard. So that's at least 11 gold.
And he's very kindly showing everyone that he's got Mace in hand as well, so...
True. Now let's talk about Dan's building orders. He sees Joel setting up Bitterbridge Encampment, and he decides to play building orders, and yeah, he fetches Plaza of Punishment. Now I was going to say, would you have done the same thing? What's his logic there, Rebecca?
You might want to get some of Joel's big characters a bit more exposed to burn. At least with Plaza of Punishment, he's got the opportunity of reducing someone's strength, and this will allow him to then make it a bit easier to, burn the bigs.
That could work if he had, for example, Danny in hand.
Which we've already seen him put out. So I think Dan was getting a little ahead of himself. So if I recall, Joel is first player here. So Joel needs to reveal his card first. So Dan had revealed Danny, but then Joel said, actually, you might want to wait because the reaction of Jackin will happen once they're both in play. So Jackin can then put it onto the Bitterbridge person, like that Dan puts in. So obviously Dan doesn't want to put out Danny and get her Jackined. So Dan's going to go for Kotho instead. Which I thought was an interesting choice, considering you can just discard cards from hand to put him into play. I'd have been tempted to put out a non-unique if Dan has any, but we'll see how it goes. So Jackin using reaction to put a is it Valar Morghulis token for just
It is a Valar Morghulis token
on Kotho and Rhaegal. So if Jackin Rhaegal wins an attack when he's attacking alone, he can basically remove the token to kill the character.
You don't remove the token, you just trigger the reaction to kill a character.
Oh, really? Oh,
and if they save with a dupe, then the token stays on the character.
Ooh, harsh.
So it burns through saves.
That seems very mean.
Which can be good.
So you've got a Pleasure Barge coming out there, so drawing a few more cards. Not that he, doesn't have enough already.
Well, the advantage of Bitterbridge encampment allows you to mitigate bad economy situations because you can just put a character in at least every round. Yeah. No matter the cost.
And I imagine Joel's deck is primarily just big characters and hard-hitting locations, apparently. Is that Old Town, that one?
That is the High Tower.
Oh, flipping heck.
So the High Tower is, you trigger it when a character enters play and you draw a card and gain a gold. It works very well with Mace Tyrell.
What, the guy that's just hit the board?
That's the guy that just hit the board. So you see there, Joel drew a card and he took a gold. Then he triggered Mace Tyrell. Now his faction card to remove the Olenna's Informant. Is it an Informant?
No, it was
the other one is the Old Town Informer.
Oh, right. Well, they're very similar, aren't they?
The Old Town Informer. So it is removed from the game, hiding under Mace there. And that will return in the next phase, which will then trigger the High Tower again for another card and another gold.
And then also Mace could be triggered, right?
Correct, yeah. You can spend a gold to give him a power.
So how does it work? Is it when a character enters play, you can spend a gold to put a power on Mace? Is that basically how it works?
That's exactly how it works, yeah.
Wow, seems strong.
Dan has decided not to put more characters on the board. He's decided to marshal Astapor and Plaza of Punishment. How many gold did he put?
You got a Slaver's Bay Port as well there. And on
That's Astapor... estate, isn't it?
Oh yeah, sorry, my mistake. And on Astapor, I think it's 4.
Yeah?
I believe so. But don't
Let's
quote
see,
me on
he
it.
would have got 4 gold, 5 gold because he had a Vose Road, plus Fealty. So, Nelt Fealty played an estate, Nelt Fealty.
And estate.
So he would have paid 1 for the Plaza of Punishment, which would have left him with 4 gold.
Okay.
So I think it bestowed for 3.
Okay. The coins are quite large, it's a little difficult to tell, but we'll go with 3. It makes sense coin-wise.
Yeah, I think it's 3. Let me just silently do math. Yeah, I think it's 3.
Yeah? Let's go with 3.
Which puts Joel under a lot of pressure in the power challenges.
That's true.
Because Dan can attack with an Unsullied, and he can potentially reduce from Joel's character's base strength by 4. 1 from the Unsullied, 3 from Astapor, and then if he wins the challenge, he can reduce another character, without attachment, by 2. And if it's the same character in the challenge that's been Astapor, they die. Seems good, huh? It's it's quite control-y.
So I think we've got an intrigue here coming through from Joel. Dan's letting that go through unopposed. Forced reaction, Dan draws a card from Late Summer Feast. Joel there taking obviously the unopposed and getting Durea from hand. And then... So Joel could do a power or a military with Jaqen. I don't think he can win either on his own, because Dan can use Astapor to reduce Jaqen's strength sufficiently.
Yeah. And I think that's why he marshalled Astapor to control Jaqen, just to keep some mileage from Kotho on the board. Because Kotho, he's quite strong. He's 5 strength, military and intrigue.
Yeah.
Dan going in with that power challenge.
Oh, Joel doesn't want to lose that one. So Joel, they're over defending, putting in
he's
Mace.
defending for 8.
Oh yeah, of course.
Dan is attacking for only 3.
Yeah, so even Astapor doesn't do anything, right?
It'll only bring them down to 5, won't it? So unless Dan has a 0 cost trick, which I don't believe he has.
No, he just wanted to Astapor for the sake of Astaporing, I think.
For the lol.
So he gets to draw a card again from the Force Reaction on Late Summer Feast.
So on these videos, you've seen my Targ deck, which is basically pure burn. It has Astapor, Plaza of Punishment, Dracarys, Consuming Flame, Unsullied, and you...
Not seen me yet.
You are playing a Targ deck with lots of events, 17, 18 events.
Yeah.
And none of those locations. And Danny's playing one in between, directly in between that. So he's playing a reasonable number of events and a reasonable number of locations, but he hasn't gone all in on one direction. So it's a kind of hybrid between the two.
Okay.
So I think that was quite interesting, the fact that you played full event, he played a mixture of events and location, and I just played mainly location.
Yeah.
And all the burn. So that's quite interesting. So I'm interested to see how it plays.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I think the funniest thing about it all was that all 3 of us based our decks on Joel's deck.
Oh yeah, that's where it all came from in the end. That was the template.
Yeah.
And then Joel turned up to the tournament and we were all playing a derivative of his deck skeleton. Because the best thing was you playing Joel round 1 and Joel telling you how to play that Targ deck, and lo and behold, you were playing his deck. And you beat him in the first round. And yeah, he could say he beat himself. Yeah.
It was quite funny. I couldn't really give away that I was basically playing his deck. So I was like, oh yeah, you played a really good Targ deck, didn't you? Yeah. How does yours work?
That is so bad.
It was quite funny.
That's unsporting.
Ow. He's a good enough player. As you say, he's won enough tournaments.
He's a good enough player. He lost to you in the first round after telling you what your deck did.
I already knew. I was just making conversation.
Shame on you.
It's fine.
What are we going to see here? I expect Joel's probably going to play another summer plot.
It makes sense.
That said, I don't think he'll be running 7 summer plots.
I don't know. Might do. Dan there going for Counting Coppers. And Joel playing Time of Plenty. So
both going for cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Dan's going to do slightly better. Going to get 4 cards from this.
Well, Dan probably going to choose to put Danny out.
Especially if he manages to find a dupe for her. And Joel, as first player, is choosing Renly to come out. So Dan, you're going to put your Danny out?
Joel must be sad that Bitterbridge happened after the plot reaction. Especially when his opponent plays Counting Copper and draws 3 cards to get, more options. Imagine if they played Summons.
Yeah, that's true. But you can choose not to trigger it, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so, Joel was worried he could just not trigger it.
I mean, the trade-off there is not too bad. They've both got a 7 cost character out. The High Tower got triggered and got spent again for a Mace power.
So Joel, they're up to 3.
So Joel wins out of that. I mean, so Dan got Danny out, 7 cost character. We all know what she does. But Joel got Renly and a power and a card.
Yeah.
So,
but that's all because of, the way he's built this deck. It's specifically designed to, well, as we can see, just get cards, get gold, get power.
This deck is on Thrones DB. Joel posted his deck
Oh, okay.
Along with what I think was a rather humorous write-up. Just explaining some banter plays that are maybe not banter for the opponent.
Oh, right, okay.
Check it out. It's a good deck.
Was this against anyone in particular?
He just posted the deck.
Oh, okay.
And things that happened against different opponents made them very sad. So, yes.
Joel there taking an action to remove Renly from the game. So I'm assuming he's going to jump back in the challenger space to get another power.
Trigger the high tower.
Seems crazy, doesn't it?
So Dan's board, he got Danny and the Standy Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Which is a good combo.
It's good if you can win intrigue and power challenges, which, when you look at Joel's board, that's not a given.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so
it's a bit tough, isn't it?
He's probably happy that he was the second player, because you don't really want to commit Danny and someone in an intrigue challenge only to lose it and not get the stand out of it. At least this way, he can measure the challenges he defends going second to get the maximum use from Danny. I see he's also got Plaza of Pride out.
Yeah, so even if Danny doesn't get to restand from losing a challenge, he can just stand her anyway.
You can.
Just have to chuck something a bit bigger.
So he's got
he's got
a pretty good board. He's had an economy location every round. He's got the 3 main locations I would imagine he's running out. 2 dragons and Danny, Kotho and Unsullied. I think that's a decent board in normal circumstances.
Yeah. I'm quite enjoying Joel here.
You're enjoying Joel?
Yeah, that sounded a bit weird, didn't it?
It's a little bit weird, but I can understand.
Renly came back into play and Joel got a cards and a coin and then spent the coin to put power on Mace.
That's what it does.
That's what it does. But look at Joel's board. It's like his lowest cost character on there is 5.
Yeah.
What would you even kill for claim? I mean, well, assuming dupe on Littlefinger.
Yeah.
That does seem a bit silly.
Jack and Hagar, probably.
Really?
Yeah, I mean...
The threat of him is pretty cool, though.
But only on Kotho.
And Rhaegal, Ether dupes.
Did he do Rhaegal?
Yeah, Rhaegal and Kotho are the ones that have been targeted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, whatever. He's got big characters there. I imagine he's not really that concerned, but he would like to get that dupe off Rhaegal.
Why is that?
Because I expect Joel's running first snow.
Oh. Yeah.
Bye-bye dragons.
That'll make sense. Although saying that, Robo Royce, how much does he cost? 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So it could be risky running first snow, but then I guess there's more cards that he'd want to get back to hand than what he'd be bothered about losing with Rogar. I guess.
Maybe.
So Joel is doing the military here with Jaqen. I think Danton's probably going to try and defend this. Yeah, so he's using... Jaqen's on 4 strength, right? Because of Dany.
Yeah.
And Kotho's 5 strength, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Dan wins without doing anything. What? I think Dan might have not realised.
Dan might have not realised. Why? What?
Because he's just used Astapor.
Oh. Ah, of course. Joel played that quite well, not telling him. Let him use his triggers. If your opponent wants to commit to a mistake, that's up to them. You don't need to correct them. Let them use their resources.
It might be that Dan's planning on using Plaza Punishment on him later.
Possibly. Also true.
Because Astapor reduces him for the phase, right?
No.
Oh, is it just a challenge?
Yeah.
Ah, that sucks.
Sorry.
Oh.
So yeah, I think it is an error, but it happened a lot with Dany. More than you'd think, even though Dany's been out for years now.
Yeah, it's easy to forget, isn't it? And sometimes you forget about, like, multiples. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you've got, like, Blood the Dragon and Dany out and Unsullied are attacking, for example,
yeah,
you need to be really careful about, you know, your challenge maths.
Indeed.
We're going to have a power here coming through from Dany and the Unsullied.
8 strength with stealth.
Yeah, I don't know if he's stealth. Anyone though? Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter any. So it's unopposed. Reaction 1, Danny restands. Reaction 2? I think he was indicating that he's using Plaza Punishment on Littlefinger. But he's taken his unopposed, but he's not actually taken the insight on Danny here.
I guess, like, Dan doesn't actually play Targ a lot.
And he needs to nail the
Dan
Plaza.
Is a Baratheon loyalist. So this is kind of new territory, because he thinks Barra basically crap at the moment, and he just wanted to play a Targ deck. So maybe he's just not that familiar with remembering Danny's insight. Yeah. Especially when you're using the alt art Danny, which make the text box smaller.
Doesn't help, does it?
It's harder to see. I mean, it's cool art, but harder to see. Why I generally don't use alt arts.
Yeah, I think I like having alt arts, but I don't like using them. Bizarrely. I think Dan has forgotten to nail the Plaza Punishment here. At some point it might happen.
Maybe he didn't use it.
I think when I edited it, I remember Dan saying he's doing it on Littlefinger.
Oh, okay. I think I saw him point to the Plaza and then at Littlefinger.
But at the moment then we've got a military coming through from Rhaegal and Kotho for 8 strength. Joel they're defending just with Renly for 4. Yeah? Or was Renly 6 strength?
Renly is 6 strength.
Oh, okay, so defending for 5. So Dan's going to win this challenge. Yeah, it's a claim of the Littlefinger. And finally then Intrigue, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Danny got Stell. So surely he's going to Stell Mace. Because Littlefinger only has 2 strength.
There you go, remembering Plaza. Yeah, stealthing Mace there.
This way he can win the challenge, grab an insight if he remembers. And yeah. Can you remember if Danny's running Consuming Flames?
I'm not sure. You said he's sort of like semi-burned, didn't you?
Yeah, well we see Joel, he's obviously playing around it because Dan has fealty and a gold left.
Yeah.
And so Littlefinger could be burnt if he participated.
Always a risk.
But he decided not to take that risk.
Yeah, so the Intrigue then was unopposed. And just getting card at hand there. Just another, Arbor Straits? No, Arbor Vineyard.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm learning the Tyrell cards. I'll get there.
So now, when you look at the power total, it's 5-4 to Dan. Half of Joel's power total is on Mace. So he's basically just paid 2 gold for 2 power, which is pretty good. Dan would be, way in front if it wasn't for that. This is what Mace does. He just passively gains you power as long as you've got the economy to spend on him.
If you were Dan, would you not be tempted to Valar?
No, not yet. Valar too early, and Joel will just repopulate anyway. He's going to have the money, he's going to have the subplots, he's going to have Bitter Bridge, and he'll just keep throwing out characters.
But I kind of feel like Mace is the problem.
I also kind of feel like he's probably running Close Call.
Yeah, it's true.
Although you get 2 power off him, why not do it in a couple of turns and get 4 power off him?
Yeah.
Well, you might kill more characters.
Unless he's duped.
Unless he's duped.
We'll see. The Dan's played Besieged.
I mean, you don't really want to kill Danny, do you?
No.
Centerpiece of your deck.
So plot-wise, Dan's played Besieged, which is where I think it's each player must declare defender if able. And Joel, they're playing another summer plot. So Song of Summer, so all of his characters are +1 strength. So that's going to mitigate the Danny cost there.
Yeah.
Using Bitter Bridge, Bitterbridge. We've got Elena coming in to Dan's second sons. So I think Joel definitely wins from that one.
Yep.
This Elena, is this the one where if you win an intrigue, put a Tyrell character into play from your hand?
Yeah, of cost 6 or lower.
6 or lower, okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, mine and Dan's plot deck were almost exactly similar. Except I ran 2 building orders and he ran 1 building order and a besieged.
Okay.
So, I'm interested to see how this round turned out for him.
I quite like the idea of besieged, especially if he's playing lots of burn cards.
Yep.
Because, they're going to have to defend with something. And, against Joel's deck, everything he defends, like he could potentially defend with, would be a nice target. So.
Mace has 3 power now.
He does. Quickly racking up the power there. So I think Dan would really like to see like a couple of dupes for his big characters here, so he can just Valar next turn, get rid of some of those bigs off the board. I know, as you say, Joel's probably got loads more, but I'd assume that Dan's running like Fire and Bloods and whatnot to go and fetch the dragons back. So if you can just find a dupe on Danny, that would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big a drama if as long as he gets the dupe for Danny, because the second son will be in the discard pile. Dragons can come back, or the Vagal is duped anyway. Unsullied and non-unique. Just Kotho that might hurt, but I don't know how many Kotho he's running. Whereas Joel has 5 big unduped characters. I mean, it'll only hurt temporarily until he repopulates, but he got a card draw engine in the high tower going.
Yeah.
And 2 Arbor Vineyards for money, and Bitterbridge to put more characters out.
Wouldn't take him long to repopulate, would it?
Okay, so I don't think Dan has any intentions on Valaring.
Not from the look of that board.
Not if you're going to play out Grey Worm. That does now give him some sort of, extra burn presence.
Yeah, I don't think I put... bugger, dupes. I didn't put Grey Worm in my deck. He just felt like a little bit too high cost. And although he is a pain in the arse, I just trying to get the balance on my deck. My deck prefers to have lots of money left over so it can use that for all of its events. And Grey Worm's a bit of a big investment, considering that.
You know what? When Dan told me after the tournament, he said, "Oh yeah, Grey Worm did a bit of work for me." I was like, I was running a burn deck and I completely forgot about Grey Worm. I forgot he even existed. So he might have been nice.
I don't know why, but I just really don't like Grey Worm. Like, he's a good card, but I think because I've not played Targ for a little while until this tournament, and facing Grey Worm, he was like a massive pain in the bum. So I think I've just got in my head that I don't like a Grey Worm.
You should try to use him more. I mean, he's not wonderful in that. He's a 6 cost character. He can impact the challenge phase, but I'd still take Drogo over him.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
he's not the best 6 cost character that turned up in cycles.
Joel there just doing his little mace trick basically. So he's put Elena under mace until the next phase. Challenges phase begins. She comes back out. Joel draws a card, gets a gold, but it doesn't look like he's spending that gold. He might be saving it for High Garden.
Yep. And it's not a trick, it's a skill that he learned. Yes, not a trick.
A skill that he learned.
A skill that he invented. Maybe not invented.
I'm pretty sure he didn't invent it. I'm pretty sure there are other people
who have
played this beforehand.
So, Daniel has challenges. Daniel has a lot of control on the board. He's got the strength reduction from Danny. He's got the strength reduction action from Grey Worm. He's got Dragon to enable Dracarys.
Yeah.
If he has Consuming Flames, he has the gold for that too. He has Astapor and Plaza Punishment. He has a lot of choices.
I just hope he's got a few burn cards in hand.
But this is the one thing I do not... I say this every time, I'm sure, but Tyrell is shit, right? But the one thing I don't like about Tyrell is when they get boards like this, it's a pain in the arse for whoever is going first. Like, who wants to go first on a board with massive 6 characters all of, 5 cost or higher on the other side. The math is just not good.
So let's just go through the challenge here. So Dan's attacking for 8. So Danny's reduction is gone because she's kneeling, whereas the Unsullied's reduction is in. So they'll basically be the strength that they're at because Joel's plot is +1 and Unsullied are given -1. So Joel has to defend because of the plot Besieged. But remember, we still have Astapor. We've still got Plaza of Punishment. We still potentially have Dracarys and Consuming Flames. So you're going to put your characters in that are probably...
You also potentially have Danny restanding.
Yes. So you kind of want to win this. Now Joel's defending there with Littlefinger and Jaqen.
That seemed to be for
9. So +1 but -1. So that's 8 to 9 at the moment. So at the moment, Joel is winning. So ways that Dan can win this then, he can discard a card and use Plaza to restand Danny, so their strength reduction kicks in from Danny, and that will put Joel down to 7.
Or play a burn card. I want to see someone
Could
burn.
play a burn card. Could use Astapor to reduce someone's strength.
Nah, don't do that.
Well, if he uses Astapor to reduce, for example, Jaqen's strength, he can then use Plaza of Punishment when he wins the power challenge to kill Jaqen.
This is true. I'm going to Astapor.
Okay, so Astapor on Jaqen.
That's -3, as I believe it. Which leaves him on, currently,
5.
5?
No? No.
Just Jaqen himself, not the challenge.
Oh, Jaqen on his own, 2. Oh, but the challenge in total is for 6. Ah, bugger. Okay, so High Garden is taking the Unsullied out. So now Danny is on 5 and Joel is up to 9, 10, 11, but less 3, so 8. So if Dan's got a burn card, now would be a wonderful time to use it.
He needs it now if he wants to make an impact.
Or stand Danny.
That won't win him the challenge. They're going to have to do some serious math.
So Joel put them as 5 and 3, but they're not because the Unsullied are no longer in it, so they go up, right? Because of the plot.
There would have been 11 strength, less 3, so that's 8. So yeah, 5 and 3. Because Littlefinger is 4, +1 from the plot.
Oh, he's 4 strength.
Yeah,
okay.
he is, yeah. So I think Dan has said you win the challenge here.
Yeah, appears to be that.
Which indicates that maybe he doesn't have a burn card. Now that is sad.
Military coming in from Unsullied and Second Sons. So this is a challenge for 9 strength. And it will be reducing any defenders by 1 because of the Unsullied. Just defending with Renly, who will be on 6. So he'll be +1 because of the plot, but -1 because of the Unsullied. Has to defend because of the Besieged plot. So I believe Dan's going to win this one.
Does a bit of pointing at Joel. Bit of intimidation.
I don't think Dan's that intimidating a person. He's very tall, but he's
I know, when people point at you, it gets people a bit, a bit on edge. A little bit like, why are you pointing at me, man?
Is that what you think when someone points at you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't point at me, guys.
Point it.
Joel is shuffling furiously.
He does that for the entire video. You realise that, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just thought I'd point it out now. In a lol.
In a lol Joel way.
In a lol Joel.
So the military was defended but not won. So Joel there killing Littlefinger for claim. Sorry, Jaqen for claim, my mistake. Then we have Grey Worm doing an intrigue challenge here for 5, is he? And Elena defending for 5, 6.
Yep. And then Grey Worm reduced her by 3 to win the challenge. And take away that Thoros of Mir.
Thoros of Mir? What's he doing in there?
I don't know.
It's a random card.
Just a guy, and you can bend the power off him to save a non-royal character. Maybe that's what he's doing there.
Possibly.
An extra save.
Yeah, he might need it with all the stuff on the board. So Joel's now coming in with a power. We have Knight of Flowers, so just remembering that Knight of Flowers' text is that whilst he's attacking, you can only declare one defender. So Dan here can't win with any one character?
Nope. Unless he has an extra trick. Like he could stand the second sons for 6 on 6, but he needs some sort of strength reduction.
And it doesn't appear that he has any burn cards in hand, does it? Otherwise,
nope. This is where the Storm Crows would have been useful. Hey, we're standing Danny's.
Okay, so Danny's standing.
Yeah.
I forgot.
It's like, damn, Knight of Flowers has text.
Yeah, so
I've done that myself in that same tournament.
I have you.
Yeah. Against James Parsons, I think.
Against his Knight of Flowers.
Yeah.
Oh well, we live and learn, right?
Apparently.
So yeah, so just going to defend with the dragon there then, which is a shame. So it does mean that Joel is getting through that power challenge. So claim and renown. I think Dan was a bit thrown off by that from what he was saying. You know, he forgot about Knight of Flowers' text, but...
Do we have a small swing in the power now? Joel has inched ahead.
And of course, with the mace trigger, he can just do what he likes pretty much. So
do what he likes. That's not how it works.
But it is.
You can't just because you got mace, it doesn't mean you do what you like and then you win.
I don't know.
But
I mean,
I do think Dan's Besieged plot didn't give him the advantage that he sought.
I don't know if Dan's got burn cards in hand, but I feel like I'd play Besieged when I had burn cards in hand.
I agree. Maybe he's saving Blood of the Dragon for that. Perhaps he wanted also the gold from Besieged so he could play Grey Worm and still have gold left over.
That's true. Yeah. It might have been hoping that he draws some cards as well.
Yep.
I mean...
Well, he must have drawn Grey Worm because he didn't put Grey Worm in from the Bitter Bridge.
That's true. Yeah.
Blood of the Dragon into Wardens of the South. Which is a really good time to play Wardens of the South. Although, to be fair, Wardens of the South, the strength bump lasts until the end of the challenge. Blood of the Dragon is permanent.
Yeah, so if anyone got dracked, then the strength
then
bump would run off.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright, well, let's see what Dan's going to do here. So he's got another dragon in hand, I can see at least. Didn't quite catch what the other cards were, though.
Dan had the ability to burn a high-strength character easily. Like in an intrigue challenge, he can reduce by 3 from Astapor, reduce by another 3 from Grey Worm on attack. That's 6, and then a Dracarys on top. He could burn a 10% character on an attacking intrigue challenge.
And with Danny standing as well, anyone needing to defend. Yeah.
But then is Joel stupid enough to run, for example, Mace into that? I don't think he is.
Probably not. I don't think Mace is going to be going into many challenges. I think Mace just sits there and gains power. Like, he's on 4 now.
He is.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he went up again in the challenges phase. So Dan's marshalling here.
He's done really well for economy. I think he marshalled an economy location every round.
I guess when you've got that many high-cost characters in your deck, you need to make sure you've got some just in case.
The Storm Crows. This is what he really needed last round.
And 2 gold plus fealty left over.
Has Dan used his fealty at all this game?
I think he keeps forgetting it.
Yeah, maybe he does.
I think he used it in the first round, didn't he, to pay for something.
Plaza.
But I think if you play Targ often, you know that at the beginning of the challenges phase, you kneel your faction card, regardless of whether you have a burn card in hand or not.
I don't know. I kind of go the opposite way now. I kind of don't do it.
Really?
Yeah. Because people think, aha, he's forgotten it, or he hasn't got a burn card. So it's like a double bluff.
You think?
Yeah, and then sometimes I do it when I don't have a burn card. Sometimes I do it when I do have a burn card.
I just consistently always kneel it.
I just don't consistently do it either way. That makes it more unpredictable, I think.
It's quite fun, like, even if you don't have burn cards, just really, like, intensely looking at your hand, like, between challenges. Like, they'll put a person into a challenge, and you'll just pick up your cards and just look at them for a bit and, like, maybe, like, take out the odd card and look at them properly. And then they're like, oh, shit, she's got something. She's going to do something.
You know what? I do recall a tournament a year ago, and I was playing Targ, and, you know, I really wanted to psych out my opponent. So he was worried about going into a challenge or not. Well, I think he was defending a challenge, and I started playing around with my card, looking at my card, looking at his card, playing around with the gold, 1 gold coin for Drakara, playing around for ages, you know, looking really confident. And every time he looked like he was going to put in a defender, I'd pick up my cards again. And then he was like, okay, I defend with this guy, you can burn him if you like. I was like, oh, I don't have Drakara. So sad.
Cool story, bro.
I got bluffed. And that's embarrassing when you get bluffed, because then they're just like, well, I'll just defend everything now.
So even like with those situations, I'll just be like, okay, sure, you can have that one. I'm gonna hang on a bit.
Well, that's what I say. But if you don't burn your opponent Drogo, you're hardly gonna burn their Unsullied.
That's very true.
So yeah,
Mace has done more Mace things, just as a FYI.
And now he's got 6 power on him. Dan's losing his grip on this game.
Yeah. And Tindermarge is out as well, so a military would be a bad idea, Dan.
Oh, would it?
Well, yeah, because there's little dude on the board.
Oh, would it?
There's little lord on the board. Pax.
Ain't that little. But
Kill him and get a Randy.
I don't think he's that concerned. I think he may be thinking, you know what, I don't think I'm going to win this.
Dan's just in it for the bounce now.
Yeah, he could be in it for the bounce.
I wonder how close Joel is to decking himself.
He does have a lot of cards on the board.
Mm-hmm. An insane amount of economy.
Look how relaxed he is. Like, yeah, I'm all chill. I'm going to do a little stretch.
Yeah, there you go. Pax is gone. Trigger Marge. Randy?
You probably only run them as a one-off. Unbelievable as it might sound.
What?
He's not running many strength pumps,
Joel?
is he?
Joel's gone for a dupe of Littlefinger.
Well, in case you haven't noticed, Joel has everything duped except the Queen of Thorns.
Yeah.
He's protecting himself and the
But
Valor.
Littlefinger's like probably the most likely one to die this turn, right? He's on the lowest strength.
Maybe.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Maybe.
Oh, by the way, Richard, what's this location next to Hightower?
What? Next to Hightower? That is Caswell's Keep.
What does that one do?
It means you can trigger it to look at the top 2 cards of someone's deck, either his own or his opponent's. Mm-hmm. Then you may put 1 on the bottom and 1 on the top of the deck.
Okay.
So basically a deck filter.
Yeah. And considering that cards Joel's drawing, I guess it's good for him.
He runs Old Town in this, which you name a card type, and then you reveal the top card of your deck, and if it is that card type, you draw it.
Okay.
So you can look at the top of your deck, you can put a character on the top and put a location on the bottom, then you can say, trigger Old Town, I name character, oh look, it's the character, I draw it. So, works okay with that.
Yeah, that seems good. So, just what's going on the board then. So, Dan's doing a power. He went in with Danny and the Unsullied. But Joel used High Garden to remove Danny from the challenge. It then went unopposed. So, Dan's taken unopposed and claim. I'm not entirely sure who plazaed. Did you happen to notice, Richard?
I did not notice.
Okay. So, we've had the intrigue, we've had the power. Oh no, we had the military, sorry. We had military, we had power. It's just the intrigue left from Dan if he wants to do the 3rd challenge. Yeah, so it's going with Kotho here. And that's an intrigue strength 4 because of Blood of the Dragon.
Keeping his dragon standing, keeping Danny standing, asking the questions of Mr. Pearson, who decides Queen Thorns doesn't have a dupe, triggers the Wardens of the Cell.
Okay, so she's on 5, 6, 7. Minus 1 because of Danny and 1 because of Blood Dragon. So she's on 5 to Kothos 4. So Joel's
Dan
currently
has the
winning.
Dracarys, he can play Dracarys and then trigger the Storm Crows to finish her off.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless she was the one who plazaed, which is unlikely.
Okay. So, any actions, Dan? But Dan is currently losing this challenge. Okay,
or not.
So they miscounted here. I think they counted it as 5 to 5. I think they forgot that Kotho is also reduced in strength.
Oh dear.
So technically, Dan shouldn't have won that challenge. They do actually realise this later in the video, if I remember correctly.
Do they?
Yes, and Joel says that basically Stormcrow, like Dan would have used Stormcrows, so it's okay.
Okay.
So Joel was satisfied with how it was and had no concerns.
I assume Joel was still winning at this point.
Yeah, it's in like a minute or two, so.
Okay. I accept. So, Dan done all 3 challenges?
He has, yeah. So I think Joel is just considering whether it's worth the risk.
Okay. He got all his characters duped. He must know Dan, one of his last 2 plots is likely to be Valar.
So Dan uses Stormcrows on Littlefinger, Night Flowers and Mace. So basically I think they just basically said after this that they would have said, Night Flowers, Littlefinger and Queen of Thorns instead of Mace would have been the 3. So he'd just used them earlier basically.
Okay. So it must have been Littlefinger who ate the Plaza of Punishment.
Yes, that would make sense.
So you just wanted to kill off a guy with a dupe, the guy with the lowest strength and most likely to be burned.
Yeah, Joel was saying, he felt like a bit of a plonker for going and getting the Littlefinger dupe because, Littlefinger was most likely to die. So, he does mention this. Okay.
So these are the things you learn when you play and you get repetition with the deck.
It's quite difficult, this game, as well, because there's so many different strengths. Both. Yeah, here you go. So they just realised about the intrigue here.
Yeah, Targ and Tyrell. One had the buff, the other one had the burn. They're doing a lot of concerned pointing.
Yeah, they're just figuring out about the intrigue challenge. But yeah, then Joel's pointing to Stormcrows, saying you would use Stormcrows on the Queen of Thorns, so it's all good.
Good.
Yeah. And I think by this point Joel's already won a store championship. Right? Didn't he win a different one?
Yeah, he won Warboar in London.
So
and lost in the final at Brighton.
Ah, yeah, that was it. Yeah, so I don't think he's probably not quite as concerned about winning one this turn. So the odd little mini mistake. I'm sure you can.
Joel's not allowed to make mistakes.
It wasn't.
We look up to him as a champion.
Oh, okay. Champion of the people. So Time Plenty versus Trade Routes here.
Oh my god.
How many gold is that going to be? 1, 2, 3, 7, 10, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 17. 17 locations.
Bloody hell. That's a lot of locations. Political disaster.
That is trade routes. And here is Drogo. Is Dan not running Valar?
Possibly not.
He surely can't believe he's going to close it out this round. Maybe he believes he needs to stop Joel from closing it out this round.
Yeah, it might just be that he wants to get some more strength on the board.
Because Joel has 4 renowned characters.
So Joel removing whichever one of Hobber and Slobber that one is from the game, bringing him back in. Mace gets a power. I think at some point someone comes over and he's like, who is that character? Under all the power. Bloody Mace. Bloody Mace, that could be like an attachment as well. Sorry.
That sounds terrible.
I have no idea what's going on.
Oh,
it's
just
marshalling.
No, we've got Drogo duped. We have another Illyrio's estate. Like, Dan has done so well with economy.
He's got all 3 Rose Roads and all
They
3
both have,
Illyrio's
really.
estates. And Drogon. So all 3 dragons now on the board. So Dany gets stealth, renown, and will restand if she wins a challenge.
Wow.
Seems good. And I think... Yep, that's Dan done for his marshalling. I don't think Dan's done a single burn card. Look, there's none in hand. There's a couple of Hand's Judgments by the looks of it. I know, 1 Hand's Judgment, Jorah, I think a Duke for Plaza, and a Viserys, I think I saw.
He was running burn card, right?
I think he said to me after the tournament, or at least after some of the rounds, that in X amount of rounds he'd only seen like 2 burn cards or something.
Crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, like, as you said, like I was running quite a lot of events in mine, so I don't know how many Dan was running, but that's what, no, that's got to be one of Dan, surely. Yeah, go for Sarah's off the board. Sorry, for Sarah off the board. Yeah, Dan was just saying, like, he just didn't find his burn cards. Maybe there's not enough draw. Mace triggering again.
No! This is game over.
What's that one? Is that one Old Town?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
There we go.
Well, Joel needs 2 more power. He got 4 renown.
So Joel named a character there, but it was a copy of Hightower, I think, was the top card. So that didn't help.
Oh dear.
But he's got a massive stack of gold there. He's going to bring out a Knight of Summer.
5 renowned characters.
He just needs to swing in, surely.
Well, they've all got power icons.
Yeah. Although, surely
He
Mace...
probably doesn't want to go in with Mace.
No. No, well, he only needs 2. So he can just go in with...
With the other 4.
Yeah. Anyone who's not got a power on them.
Power challenge. Dan hasn't drawn his flea bottom.
No, that's true.
And he doesn't actually have that many power icons on the board. He has 13 strength in power.
Oh, wow, is that all?
Yep. I mean, he does have Astapor.
Yeah.
And any burn card that he may or may not actually have in his hand.
I don't think he's got any.
He doesn't.
Not from what I saw.
So Joel can comfortably win a power challenge.
So, I don't think Joel's going to need to. He's just going to, like, you know, bring more characters in. So he ambushes in what is it? Eleanor's Informer?
Old Town Informer?
Old Town Informer. Jesus, I'll get there in the end. Old Town Informer triggers Mace to put a power on. That's 14. Dan passed challenges. So they're just going to calculate Dom.
Christ, that's worse.
So yeah, Dan passed challenges. Joel's just calculating Dom to see if it's even worth doing a challenge. But they're just worked out that Joel wins Dom.
Yay! What a climax! What a thrilling end to this wonderful game of counting. Yes, I've really enjoyed that. That was really, you know.
There was a lot of counting, wasn't there?
That was good.
So yeah, that was that round. So that was round 2. We'll try and get round 3 out. So the footage has been donated by Liam from the Gaming Hall. So we've got round 3, which is me.
What?
Yeah.
Who are you playing?
I'm playing Daisy.
You're playing Daisy?
I am.
Well, that's good, because I wanted to see Daisy's Greyjoy deck, so that's good.
Go. So we'll get that out soon. If you'd like to support us, you can do so at patreon.com/The White Walkers. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.
Yay!
Hey, bye guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.